You've been showing up, doing the work, and the numbers have barely moved. So you start hunting for the one big thing that'll finally make it take off. I want to save you that search because the creators I've watched actually break through, the ones building real lasting growth in their subscription businesses, almost never found a rocket. They found one small change sitting on top of a year of work that nobody saw. This is the promise. I'm going to show you what that actually looks like so you stop chasing the thing that doesn't exist. So today I want to talk about momentum, why it feels so painfully slow in the middle, why that's not actually a problem, and the one shift that makes it start to compound. Because here's what I watch happen. People who are almost there reach for a rocket, a discount, a round of ads, 5 new tactics at once, and they blow up the exact momentum they spent months building. The slow middle isn't the thing to escape. It's the thing to protect. Let me show you why. So let me give you the picture I gave a creator on a call last week, someone who by every metric was already winning and still asked me how to make it go faster. What you're describing, wanting to go from where you are to way up there right now, that's the equivalent of driving a car at 30 miles an hour and wanting to go 100. And here's the thing, even if you slam the accelerator as hard as you physically can, going from 30 to 100 still takes a little time. The car doesn't teleport, it accelerates, it gains momentum. Momentum takes time to build. And then once it's actually moving, it compounds. It gets bigger and bigger on its own. The first stretch is the hardest and the slowest. That's not a sign you're doing it wrong. It's just physics. And I'll say the thing nobody wants to say out loud. There's no magic bullet. There isn't one. I know that can sound like a downer, but sit with it for a second because it's actually the most freeing thing I can tell you. If there's no magic bullet, then stop hunting for one. You can stop feeling behind for not having found it. There's a baseline, and then there's everything you layer on top of it, and that's the whole game. Now, I want to talk about the part nobody puts in the highlight reel, the part where it's working and still feels bad. Because here's what your brain does. You hit your best month ever, and instead of feeling it, your brain goes, okay, but how do I double this next month? Instantly. You don't even get to enjoy the win. You're already standing on top of it, looking for the next ledge. One creator said something to me that I haven't stopped thinking about. She said, it is hard to give myself some credit. And I think that's so many of us. We blow right past our wins on the way to the next goal. We treat the thing we wanted 6 months ago like it's nothing now that we have it in hand. And the cruelest version of this, I had a creator who genuinely grew over the last year, real growth. On paper, a great year. And she told me it doesn't feel like growth. It feels a bit depressing if she's honest. And I want to name that because if you felt it, you're not broken and you're not ungrateful. Growth and the feeling of growth are two completely different things. They don't arrive at the same time. And the gap between them, that stretch where the numbers are climbing, but your gut still feels flat, that gap is exactly where most people quit. Not because the work stopped working, but because the feeling didn't show up on schedule. So here's how you actually use this. 2 steps, and the order matters more than anything. Step 1 is establish a baseline. Before you touch anything fancy, get yourself to growth that is predictable and consistent, not explosive, predictable for 3 to 6 months. I want it to be almost boring. And I mean that as the highest compliment. Boring on purpose, because here's the truth. You cannot steer a parked car. You need to be moving steadily before any of the clever stuff even works. Step 2, then you layer. Once that baseline is steady, now you're starting to add tests. You start deepening with your audience. You go find the one thing that takes you from 50 new members a month to 100, to 200, to 500. But you do it with one variable at a time. One. And this is the part people get wrong. They try to layer in 5 new things at once while they're still trying to find the baseline, new funnel, new offer, new platform, new pricing, ads, all in the same month. And all that does is kill the momentum they were building. You can't accelerate a car you're still rebuilding the engine of. Baseline first, then layer. In that order every single time. Quick thing before I show you what this looks like in real life. If you're the kind of person who would rather build something that lasts than chase the next shortcut, that's the whole reason this channel exists. Subscribe, stick around, it's free, and it tells me to keep making content like this. Here's the one I promised you. She was flat for a year, a full year, same numbers month after month after month, the kind of flat that makes you wonder if you've hit your ceiling. And then it broke open. Real visible growth, the kind she'd been waiting a year to see, and it happened fast once it started. Now, here's what I need you to hear because it's the whole episode in one example. When I dug into what changed, it came down to basically one core change based on real feedback from her actual audience. And it would be so easy to walk away thinking, great, I just need to find my one magic change. But that's backwards. That one change only worked because there was a baseline underneath it to accelerate from. The breakthrough wasn't luck. It wasn't a magic bullet. It was leverage applied on top of a year of consistency she'd already built. The year of flat was the setup. She just couldn't feel it while she was in it. I want to be honest with you about something, because I'd be a hypocrite to stand here preaching patience if I didn't. I didn't start making content for myself. This, what you're listening to, until this past January. And the reason wasn't time, it wasn't strategy. The reason was I kept finding reasons not to do it. I kept doubting myself. I didn't believe I could actually do it for years. So when I tell you momentum starts slow, I'm not saying it from up here. My own momentum took years to even start. And when it started, it was just at what feels like 10 miles an hour. Same as everybody. I wasn't behind. I was just early in the part that nobody can see. And that's the thing I want you to take away from this. Almost every creator you have watched blow up had a long, quiet baseline phase that you never saw. You're not watching their 30 or their 10 mile an hour. You're watching their 100 and assuming they teleported there. So if slow is normal and the baseline is the whole point, then the real danger isn't going too slow. It's the stuff we do to try to go faster. Let me name the 3 that I watch wreck people the most. Trap 1 is the shortcut panic. When the middle feels slow, the temptation is to reach for a rocket, a discount, a round of ads to force the numbers to go up. I had a creator who wanted to run a summer discount, and I told her, please don't. Not because discounts are evil, but because it would mess with the momentum and consistency we are building. Protect the thing that's working. Don't bribe people to do what your baseline was already getting them to do. Trap 2 is changing everything all at once. I said it before and I'll say it harder. If you move 5 levers in the same month and something changes, you don't know which lever did it. You've learned nothing. You've added noise. One variable. Please, one. And the third trap is goal moving. Never sitting in a win long enough to actually feel it. You hit the goal, and before the feeling can even arrive, you moved on to the next goal. So the work never feels good because you never let it. That's not ambition. That is a treadmill you built yourself. So if you're at 10, 20, 30 miles an hour and you want 100, here's your one move. Don't slam 5 new pedals. Pick the one baseline you can actually hold for the next 90 days. Hold it, and then only then layer one test on top. Momentum is a deposit, not a lottery ticket. You don't win it, you build it. That's really what this whole show is about. Better days aren't a switch you flip one morning. They're a slope you build, one consistent month at a time. So keep your foot on the accelerator, stay at 30 a little while longer than feels comfortable, and let it compound. If this gave you something, do 2 things for me. First, subscribe to this channel. I'm building into the place membership creators come to when they want to grow without burning out, and every video is one more deposit into that account for you. Stick around and grow with me. And second, if you want coaching that I can't fit into a video, I write the Growth Memo newsletter every week. It's where I go deeper on this stuff, diagnosis, specific moves, the things I'd tell you if we were on a call together. It's free. The link is in the description, and it's honestly the best way I know to keep helping you between episodes. Next time, I want to talk about what happens after the baseline holds, how you actually keep the people you worked so hard to bring in. That's the retention conversation, and it's a big one. So I'll see you in the next one.